Learning the newest strategies and skills while you're having self-limiting beliefs or other mental blockers is the same thing like putting the best and newest software on a computer with a virus. Hey, what's up guys? Today again another Johannes and Unscripted, and today I'm going to show you why this one between your ears, right? Your mind is the most powerful weapon that you have as an entrepreneur. Right? Let's go back into it. Like imagine having the newest software that just came out, right? It's the best software on the market, okay? And you import it on a computer with a virus. Will the software work? No, no chance, because the virus will basically destroy all the good software, okay? And it's exactly the same thing when you have mental blockers, imposter syndrome, perfectionism, overthinking, all that stuff, basically, all right? And you putting the newest strategies and skills in, all these viruses will block you and will block your success, okay? And why is this so important? Because especially as an entrepreneur, this is absolutely crucial. What do I mean with this? If you're working in a 9 to 5, okay, you can have an imposter syndrome maybe your whole life and nobody cares. You just do what your boss is telling you. Why? You need to have confidence? No, you don't need any confidence for nothing, right? You just be a sheep and just do like this and do like that, and that's what you do, all right? But as soon as you are stepping out into the entrepreneurial world, maybe even want to create a personal brand, all right? It's all about getting out there, getting rejected. What you need here now is confidence. And if you don't have the confidence, you can be like, I have so many people working with me. They're so highly skilled, having the best skills in the game, all right? But they're missing the confidence. So when I help them to build the confidence from one moment on the other, boom, they explode. Because they never lacked skills, right? Most of you guys don't lack skills. What you lack is confidence. Skills are everywhere today. Like today with AI and YouTube, you can learn everything, almost everything for free, right? But what do you need to make it work is this here. And the more AI you use, that's the next thing, the more you will destroy this here. So it's a very important thing. That's also something that I highly recommend you doing, especially if you are in the marketing industry, like most of you are. I'm pretty sure that watching this, what I know, okay? It's like when you're writing copy, okay, write it by yourself, write it by hand. Don't use AI for copy because you will get stupid with time. You will not anymore know how to write a normal text because you just do everything with AI. And the worst thing is you will not learn, okay? So what I mean with that, use it for strategies, use it for skills, use it for research, use it for all of that. That's cool, okay? However, don't use it for writing copy. Don't use it, especially if you want to create a personal brand. People buy you. That's why I'm doing my YouTube completely raw and unscripted and authentic, because you get Johannes always, right? I'm not thinking about anything. There's nothing scripted. I'm just standing here and basically telling what's going up in my mind. And that's, I believe, what people love it, right? So let's get back to this. So what I said before, so imagine this computer, right, with the virus. And now you're putting all the good software. It will not work. Right? However, when we remove the virus, okay, the software will work exactly as it's supposed to do, right? And this is why you need to basically remove all these limiting beliefs and all these blockers that you carry around maybe since 10, 15, 20 years ago. And the best thing is most of the time you have no idea that you have them. It's so interesting. When I'm having my famous clarity calls where basically I'm having people and they come to me, they're stuck with their revenue. They're on like 10K, 15K for like ages of time, 9 months, 12 months. And they're always stuck there. They cannot go up, right? That's when they come to me and they have this clarity calls. And I normally in 5 to 10 minutes, I find the blocker. Okay, I understand there's one thing that blocks them from moving forward. And most of the time, it's a trivial thing that happened to them 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago when they were kids. It's the interesting story. And as soon as I remove that, boom, they go, phew, all right? Because then the virus is removed and the software works like, and the skills that they're having, they work like they're supposed to do, right? And that's why this is so powerful. So if you are a person that knows that you have imposter syndrome, that know that you are a perfectionist always, that know that you don't ship because you overthink everything, if you're this kind of person, if you know you don't have the confidence to go out there, if you know you don't have the confidence in sales calls, right? If you are lacking all that stuff, the first thing that you need to work on is this. Then you can implant all the good software afterwards. But this is the basis. You need to remove the virus. That's the number one most important thing. And right, you can now try different kind of things. You can write a book or something like this, right? Where you basically just get some mindset books. For example, you can meditate a little bit, you can visualize a little bit, you can do all that things. However, like imagine the same thing, like imagine you want to train, right? You want to really get pumped, okay? So, and now you're going sporadically to training. So you're going, I don't know, how often do you read your book? If you like, last time I saw something which really shocked me, and I hope you're not one of these people. All right, I have seen that 50% of humans don't even read one book per year. It was shocking to me. I was like, I cannot believe that. But it also makes sense because most of the people working 9 to 5, they're just like this. They're just like why they should develop themselves. There's no reason for them. Right? It's crazy to me. Like I was shocked, really. Like I hope you know that the leaders are readers, guys. Like it's so important, right? So that like I'm reading, I don't know, I have no idea, 25, 30 books a year for sure. All right. It's not like that amazing, but still, it's okay, right? I would say 2 books a month, something like this. That's what I'm approximately having. Okay. So why I'm telling you this? Because when you are doing this only like sporadically, right? So let's say you like how many books about mindset, for example, or how much you're really doing for your mind. Like be honest with yourself. How much you're doing for your mind. Be honest with yourself, really honest with yourself. That's the question what you need to ask yourself. Do you do something really systematically, strategically to improve your mind? To improve that kind of blockers, to improve the kind of self-limiting beliefs do you have? Or do you just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, maybe read a book here, maybe you try a little bit to meditate, right? Like with the same approach, imagine you go like this in the gym, right? So you go like, I go Monday, maybe I go Thursday, then I'm not going for another week. And I don't really have a trainer because I just do what I think is good to do, right? You are like one of these guys that are like, this gym videos that everybody like January is coming now, right? So people are in the gym again, getting crazy, right? Like I hate January in the gym. I don't know who else hates January in the gym. Put me in the comment there if you hate January in the gym. I fucking hate it. It's not to do, right? Oh my God, it's so terrible, right? So like nobody likes January in the gym, obviously. Right? So why? Because people are hanging around and just basically do things that they have no clue from, okay? And it's the same basically like when you're doing this with your mind, do you think you will get a lot of success? No, you will not, because you have no idea how to rewire your brain. You try a little bit of this, you try a little bit of that, you have no idea how to strengthen your mind. You have no idea how to remove your limiting beliefs. Or do you? If you do, okay, go somewhere else, go to another channel, unsubscribe, I don't care, right? You know what I mean? Like, but if you want to learn about it, and if you want to really understand how it works, how I can rewire my brain, right? Then you should stay on this channel, okay? And like what I normally do is like I ask the 5 whys, okay? So basically if somebody comes to me and says like, hey, Johannes, you know what, I'm stuck with my revenue, all right? Since 7 months, let's say, right? And then what I normally do is ask the question why. It's like, why do you believe you're stuck? I don't know. I think I do my best, but somehow I'm just always stuck. I'm like, okay, why do you believe you are stuck? So I always ask why. It can be super annoying because they will be like, oh, but then you like this, you get to the essence. So if you are having a problem, ask yourself why, until you fucking have to scream it out and like, yeah, it's this, all right? So let me give you an example, right? For example, one of my clients, George, all right? George, basically, what I did with George was like, he came to me and says like, okay, Johannes, I'm stuck on this revenue now since 9 months. I'm like, okay, so why do you think it's like this? He's like, I don't know. And then I was like, okay, just one question, like, how many people do you have working for you? And then he is like, nobody. I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, yeah. I'm like, not even an inbox manager? You're insane. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, why? Yeah, because I don't think they can make it as good as me. I'm like, okay, so why do you believe that? I mean, that's a self-limiting belief. Like, there's so many people they do much better inbox management than you out there for sure. I found mine, he was much better than me, for example. I worked 2 years with him. So like, why you believe that? I don't know, because I don't trust that they can do it as good as me. I'm like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. And like, why do you don't trust them? I don't know, man. I just don't trust people in general, I believe. I'm like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. So you say you don't trust people in general. Yes. I'm like not just the business in general is a general problem that you have. Yeah, I would say so. I'm like, okay, since when do you have that problem? And because you don't come in this world not trusting. We as kids, we come into the world and we trust everybody, right? We're trusting beings. Okay, so what happened to you that you don't trust anymore? And then like I told him, like, take your time, all right, just really think about it. And I gave him some time, and like after a minute or so, because we always remember that situations, always we do, because it's something dramatic that happened. Okay, and then he was like, I remember it. I'm like, why? What? Yeah, I was like maybe 7 or 8. Actually, my whole childhood, if I think back, but that was the first time. I remember when I came to school, my father always told me he comes to my school place, and he also said he's coming to my football games, but he never came, and I was always waiting for him. I remember sitting on the stairs waiting for him, and he never came. He never appeared. I was looking for him when I was playing football. If he maybe stands somewhere outside on the line, he never was there. And he was also an entrepreneur, so he was super busy. All right, I said, wow, that's obviously like, thanks first of all for sharing this. But that's obviously a crazy story. And it shows me 100%, if you cannot trust the person that you need to trust the most, your father, obviously you have a problem with trust your whole life. That makes sense, right? Yeah, it makes sense. I'm like, okay, cool. So do you think you can forgive your father today that he did that? I mean, you're an entrepreneur yourself now. You know how it is, right? Yeah, I do. How is your relationship with your father? Yeah, good, actually. He supports me as well with being an entrepreneur and stuff like this. I'm like, okay, great. You know what I want you to do is I want you to book a dinner with your father somewhere outside, because they're always what they say, right? Location has energy and time has memory, right? So basically, when location is energy, so don't do it somewhere where there's the energy of the old times or something like this. Go somewhere where it's a new place. Invite him for dinner. Invite him out, okay? And then just speak about it to him. Tell him like, look, I really wanted to ask you, please, that you ask me for forgiveness, because I really suffer from this even years later. And if you could do that, it would mean the world to me. Okay. And basically just tell them how much you still suffer from it, right? Basically until today. Like, you can't even tell, you had the conversation with me and stuff like this. It's like, okay, cool, I do that. It's like, okay, and what I want you to do is basically creating a new belief, understanding, okay, that this belief that I cannot trust people is bullshit. The new belief is going to be, right, I give everybody the chance, okay, to show me that I can trust them. So what I told them is, get yourself 3 inbox managers that you hire. You basically hire them and you pay them as well. If you want to hire people and you want to test them, always pay them for it, because otherwise you don't get good people, trust me. Okay, so, and basically he said, take 3 of them, test them, shadow them, see who is best, and keep the one that you trust the most and the one that you want to has the most skills for you. This one you keep. It's like, okay, cool, I'm going to do this. Okay, so you promise me that? Yes. Like, you promise me to talk to your dad. You promise me that you create this new belief. He wrote this new belief down, everything done, blah, blah, blah. All right. I see him like a week, 10 days later, he basically returned me and said, hey, John, I spoke to my father. It was amazing. We were both crying. It was like such a big thing for him as well. He was so he felt so bad about it, but he never had the guts to bring it up. And it was an amazing release. I'm like, okay, that's great. Yeah, and I got an inbox manager now. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like keep me posted. Trust me, guys. He was on what? He was at 9K. Okay. And then 3 months later, I believe, something like this. Don't kill me if it's not exactly 3 months, but I think it was 3 months later. Okay, where he basically, I give him a ring and it's like, hey, what's going on, George? How you doing? He's like, bro, I'm on 35 grand. I'm like, boom, voila, right? So why I'm telling you this story, guys? Because basically what I did with him, it was a systematical mindset work, a systematical mind rewiring, finding the blockers, removing them, all right? And then from there, he could scale his company, all right? Because of a situation, not a stupid situation, but of a situation that was very traumatic that happened to him 20 years ago. He could still not scale his company, and he had no idea why. Because why? Because maybe before he tried a sporadic approach. He went, like I said, he went with no trainer, he read a few books, he did a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but he didn't go anywhere, all right, with that. However, when he came to me, I had a strategical approach that I always have, and I helped him, boom, to remove it. All right? So that's basically what I mean. So if you really wanna, okay, work on your mind, rewire your mind, removing all that stuff, you need a systematical approach. And that systematical approach you get with me, for example. If you sign up for Limitless Survive, for example, or if you join my school group, right, where basically there you can also, there's a course, a short mini course in there where I can teach you also exactly how you can remove those blockers on your own, right? And I have something really special for you as well. Because you're watching this video, I have something that I call the invisible block scanner, okay? Where I put under this video, I put the link, okay? And it will be something that I will sell in the near future. But because you are my guys and you are my tribe, all right, I'm gonna give you the opportunity. I will delete this after 2 weeks again, because then I will sell it, okay? But for 2 weeks, all right, you are getting the invisible block scanner from me here. Just download, just leave your email, download it, okay? And you try it on yourself, okay? And it's powerful. Trust me, it is really powerful. If you love it, please leave me a comment, leave me a like, let me know how it worked for you. That would be super grateful if you leave me your feedback, all right? So that's what I want you to do. Very simple, to bring it one more time together. The lesson is the following. If you want to change your mind, okay? Like, two lessons actually. The first lesson is like, as long as you have strategies, as long as you implant strategies and skills, right, on a mind with a virus, it's the same thing like putting good software in a computer virus. It will not work. That's number one. And the second thing is, when you try a sporadic approach, like the same thing that you go into the gym, all right, and you just basically train yourself and you have no idea how to train because you have never been there, all right? Or you take a world-class personal trainer, okay, that maybe gives you a complete structure and a perfect plan. What do you think is the better approach? So if you want the world-class personal trainer for your brain, okay, what you can do is you can download the invisible block scanner below, all right? That's what I want you to do. Download the invisible block scanner below. Let me know how you like it. Let me know if it helps you. Please leave me your feedback, and then I'll see you in my next video. Take care.